Today's the 15th of January of 2024. The day I told everyone, including myself, that I'd get back to mosaicing. Unfortunately, my room is not set up for that yet. So, to get this mosaicing gig on the road, I need to change some things. I don't have a table that fits my mosaic. Well, this one doesn't fit it anyway. That one kind of fits it. Workstation acquired. This is the current state of the butterfly underneath the carpet. I started it on this side and worked my way up that way. And since then, it's been sitting here for maybe a couple months. Okay, like half a year. And in that time, our dog, not that one, the other one, decided that this is his favorite pooping spot. So we have to keep it with protective carpets. Underneath, it's also getting chewed up by them walking around on it. But we really have nowhere else to keep it, so that's why I really needed to finish the other side. So yeah, prepping the workstation. Now that you know what the project is, I just need to get it ready to get worked on and get all the crap I need for it over here. So here are the bottom layers of the workstation. First I put cardboard down, then I put the plastic down, and then I put the fiberglass down. Yes. Alright, so I knew I was forgetting something, and that's the paper and the plastic, which is, I already drew it all out, so it's going to be easier. This, though, is not really... Shut up, Otis. This isn't really necessary, but I like having it so that I can see the image that I drew with this better. Here we go. Cardboard. Here's the butterfly amalgamation. This is how I did the first side. It's basically a big printout on many pages that I didn't spend 3 hours gluing together. So this is the butterfly. What I did here was basically take the other half of the butterfly and draw it out, and then take this piece of paper and flip it over. And I was very smart and wrote it all out before I flipped it over. This is the last layer, the fiberglass, which is very annoying. It gets stuck on your skin with little pieces of, it's horrible. But anyway, be careful when you touch it. Have your husband help you. The idea is to get started on this, and I'll probably spend some time like getting these whites all figured out. And this is the one piece I made myself glue before I put it away, which is very smart, obviously, but now it's here. This is the beginning of the second half of the butterfly, to be partnered with this half of the butterfly. So yeah, now we know what the project is. Oh, this is not your place. Much better, a lot happier with the result. Change the paper, smooth it out a bit. The fiber mesh is still kind of wonky and, you know, crooked and, what do you call it, wavy. But the piece is back on the thing. I'm pretty sure this is the right side of the butterfly, so I'm not going to do the same side twice. Yeah, that is a piece that I did last year. And now, I don't know what I'm going to do. Or the color palette for the work is organized. This is what I'm working with. They're these like ceramic tiles that are glazed with color. And they're about 14.5 by 14.5 centimeters thick. Wide. And they're about 3.7 millimeters wide. They're very thin. It's what I made this out of. It's what I made the first butterfly out of. What I was thinking for today was, so this is the piece of mosaic that I made for my husband after he said that I never make him anything out of mosaics. And this is the matching set. It's like on a little eucalyptus slab, or this is like the branch. It's a little eucalyptus branch. And yeah, I never finished it, so I figured I'd finish it. And I found the 2 colors that I was using to do it. I think they're the same ones as this background. It's to match. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this because I'm a little bit intimidated. A husband that helped me set up the stand, and some gluing opening later. We're at this point. Cue the whatever roll. Alright, so this is where I encountered the first problem. Okay, one of the problems. It has rusted. It's like, this one is still okay, it's opening and closing. But like, take this one for example. It's not even opening by itself anymore. What happens is, it cuts the edges of these, it chips the paint off, and this paint will show up later. Like the lack of paint. See here, there's no example of it, but like, this is a jagged edge right here. And so what I'm going to do now is try to ask my husband very kindly to sharpen it so these white little edges don't show, because they'll show up with time on the grout. Alright, so that took a lot less than I thought it was going to take. I'm annoyed that I didn't do it before, but I'm glad I'm done now. A couple of things that annoy me about this piece are, the spacing of the grout lines is super uneven. I'm pretty sure this is going to look really horrible when I do grout it. This part right here I know is going to annoy me, but I'm too lazy to go there and take this piece out. All these little white pieces that are showing, I hope that's covered up with the grout. But other than that, I think a lot of the mistakes are going to be covered up with the grout. So yeah, I'm glad this is done. And also another thing that annoys me about this piece is that like it's circular, it's supposed to have a central piece, but like where is the center? It's not really. But I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to make it look circular behind this because the pieces are so small and it's hard to cut. So I'm glad I'm back to mosaicing, but I do not think that I will work on this at all today. So it's the next day and this is what this looks like. The glue has dried and we're ready to grout. Actually, not ready yet. I need to fix this and clean it out a little bit. I'm gonna wipe down with wet cloth. Wet cloth. Wipe down. It actually looks a lot better already. Look at that. Ooh, look at the shine. Basically, there's a little bit of water. You always want to put water in first when you're gonna mix grout, because otherwise, the dry grout will get stuck in these corners. Water first, then grout, and mix. Alright, so I put too much grout, and then I put a little bit too much water. Now I'm going to put a little bit more grout, and I think we'll have the right consistency. Alright, so I think this looks about right. My stick did not last through the whole ordeal, but we're at a point where I think we're satisfied. And now I'm going to wait for 5 minutes to let the grout. Actually, I don't know what to call it, sleep. Alright, so I got a little bit distracted by work, but I am back. And I think it does look different. I think the slating thing actually served a purpose. It does look like, I don't know, it's more incorporated, let's call that. Whatever. It's done, probably. Maybe a little bit too liquid, maybe a little bit too not liquid. I think some people have some mosaic, they do it a little bit different every time. And yeah, it's with like their weather conditions where they live, how fast it dries. There is an exact science for this, guys. I just don't know it. So we put a little bit on. Yeah. Grout. Now I get this thing, spatula, and I push it into all those grout holes or grout lines. I do it in different directions so that the grout always goes in. I don't know how to feel about this spatula. This is actually a good kind of music. Use everything that is also not meant for this. So yeah, it gets a little bit messy, but I'll actually take this off. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, so I got a wet paper towel and wiping off the grout, which I got on the wood, and totally not removing it all, but some. So I'm taking it off right at the wood mark so that the grout line, or the grout will show up until the bottom of the what are they called? This tile. So now the grout that I left on top dried a little bit. Oh, so fast. Alright, get in. I don't know how to feel about this. Hands are getting dirty. It's not in the sink. Try to stick it in. There's like all these little crevices that like it goes into. And this is what I want to not have. Not have no grout. So yeah, to have grout inside. I'm gonna get a plastic glove next time and just like push it with my fingers. Seems like it'd be more therapeutic than being annoyed at grout on my fingers. So now I'm just gonna wipe a little bit off more of this spatula thing. Because the more I clean off now, the less I have to clean off with stuff later. Oh, man, I forgot all the stuff that was drawing. I'm very bad in instructional videos, but I am right now. I think after a while, I put a little bit of be better. So I think what I do now is I let it sit for 10 minutes until it glazes over. And until that happens, I'm gonna go rinse this and throw this out. Rinse it outside in the grass so that this doesn't go down the drain. There's a step here we missed, and that is wipe off the excess grout with a wet sponge that you slowly like wipe across. But look, there's really not that much excess grout, so I'm just gonna skip that step. And take off the protective layer of very professional tape that I put on. And see the result. So except for here where I put that, and here where I put this layer a little bit too on top of the grout, or the wood, actually on top of the ceramic tile. Yeah, I did that a little bit in a bunch of places. So basically next time I should put it a little bit below the wood line so that it still gets that little corner. It looks weird, whatever. It's not important. It's not a gift. Well, it is a gift, but it's gonna stay here, so I'll see it and be reminded of my mistakes every day, and that's why it's okay. I am doing a difference. You see there where like you wipe it and it like takes the grout off of the tile. A bit of it gets overlaid like right here. So you have to sort of like unbury your tiles. The grout. You have to do this at this point, otherwise the grout will dry hard on top of your ceramic tile. So yeah, this is the finished product. This is where I messed up the grout initially, and then this is where I put too much tape on top of the ceramic, but it's fine. And this is the other one, and now it's a complete set. So yeah, I'm very happy that they're finally done. This has been sitting unfinished for a long time. And this has also been sitting unfinished for a very long time. And I need to get to it, but I'm a little bit intimidated.